guys. We're not doing squash with the shiki. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are. Hey, Kayla. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Woo. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Bailey. Welcome, welcome. If you're new, I'm Chef Liz, and this morning I am making all different squash recipes, winter squash recipes. You are in my commercial kitchen, and we have all kinds of squash. Good morning, everyone. We have all kinds of squash we're doing. So, recipes that we're making. Here you go. These are my notes for today. The only one we're not doing is pumpkin fried rice, which you can find already done. But we are making today roasted futsu squash. They are from the Hudson Valley, and they are stunning and beautiful, and I love them. We are making stuffed acorn squash, roasted delicata squash, kohlrabi soup. That's sort of a root vegetable. We're going to use it anyway. And a pumpkin, wild rice, and mushroom soup, which is vegan. So, get a pen. I give a lot of information and a lot of notes. Good morning, Upside Down, and Cindy, Ani. It's welcome, 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 welcome. It's upside down. Oh, the list? Oh, okay, hold on. I think it's because I have to. Good morning. Just followed you. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. It's upside down. All right, hold on. I'm new to this stuff. I'm a little, let's see. It's upside down. All right, hold on. I'm new to this stuff. I'm a little, let's see. Let me get rid of the mirror. Okay, try that. Is that better? Can you see that? Good morning from Disney, Jamie. I love Disney. We're going in, and I saw that and I was loving your posts. I'm so excited. Oh, you're going to be in a cooking class all morning while everybody's waking up to go to the parks, right? Roasted futsu, stuffed acorn squash, roasted delicata squash, pumpkin wild rice and mushroom soup, and roasted squash with hijiki. Better, thank you. I'm a little slow at this, but this is what we're making today. So if you need a pen, you're going to get a lot of information. So if you can grab a pen and paper, and we're going to move pretty fast. So part of being in a commercial kitchen is that you have to make all your recipes all at once. So when we do that, it's gonna be like, oh my God, what is she doing? So very seasonal, very nice. Thank you, Chef Bill. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna get my rice on, my wild rice on, because it takes a long time to cook. And I am lucky, probably for all of you home cooks out there, you do not have a steamer in your house. I do have a steamer here in my kitchen. So we're gonna steam this rice because it cooks a little bit easier, and it cooks quicker, a little bit quicker, but it's still gonna take about 45 minutes. But look at this beautiful rice. Can you see that? Let me see, can you guys see that? Oh yeah, see, look at that beautiful rice. I love this rice. It is a fabulous organic rice blend, and of course, like always, I'm not talking brands yet, but I do have one of those little shops, so whether you buy it from me or not, it's just a great place to post ingredients that I use. So if you want to buy them there, you want to get them in a health food store, I don't really care. So, oh my goodness. We already got a restriction. Don't know why. I don't understand. They are not loving me these days. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. And when you cook wild rice, most grains are 1 to 2, meaning 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of liquid. But for wild rice, you have to have Wow, that's such a bummer. Okay, well, anyway, here we go. They love doing that to me, and I just don't know why, but hopefully you guys are still there. This, we're going to do like 2 cups of water, 2 1/4 per cup of rice, and I have in here about 8 cups because I'm going to use it for 2 recipes. So we're going to fill it up from my pot filler. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I got in trouble already. I don't know what I did, but they don't like what I say to them. Hold on, let me see. Can you guys see me over here? Let me see. When I'm filling up my pot. Oh, yeah, okay. So here, I'm filling up my pot. So I'm filling up wild rice, and I have 8 cups of rice, so I'm gonna fill up 16 cups of water and a little salt. Now, like I had said, if you guys are gonna put it in a pot of water, which you will do because you probably don't have a steamer, you are going to do like 2 1/4 cups of liquid, whether you use chicken stock or vegetable stock. I'm using water, so there's going to be a lot of flavor in my soup. So we're going to do 16 cups of water because I have about 8 cups of rice. Maybe a little less. I'm going to do a little less. But for 8 cups of rice for you in a pot, you're not going to use that much. You're going to do more like, so if you have 4 acorn squash like this, these are acorn, right? All we did was cut the ends, cut them in half and take the guts out, the seeds. And oh, by the way, if you're in a place where you can get, winter squash, or you can grow them in the Northeast or like the northern region, save your seeds, clean them up, dry them, plant them, and then you can use them. All right, so I'm gonna add a little salt to this rice. I use a mineral-based salt. Again, I'm not talking brands, so here we go. I'm gonna mix the salt in, and then we're gonna put it in the steamer for about an hour, and it's awesome. So hold on, let me just go put this in our steamer. I'm putting it in our steamer and setting the timer for about 45 minutes. Then when all of our recipes are finished, you will have our rice ready to go. I'm so bummed. So many people are going to miss us. Oh, well, what are we going to do? Good morning. Good morning. They kind of restricted me for whatever reason. I have no idea. Okay, so now we're going to put up our soup. Our kohlrabi soup is next, and our pumpkin wild rice soup. So we have 2 types. Hey, Jamie. Okay, so hold on. Let me get my big pot. We're going to work in braziers today because it's easier for you guys to see what I'm up to. So we have a big pot. Now, if you go to my blue box with the white letter off of this one, to the Organic Food Network, that's where I'm going to post all recipes. So if you join that spot, you'll be able to catch all the recipes of every class that I do. And I'll break them down so they're smaller for you for like 4 to 6 servings rather than the, 40 to 50 servings I'm making here. Okay, so let's see. All right, the first soup we're going to do, and I think it's going to be easier for you guys to see the way I cook it in braziers, so that's going to be better for us. So the first soup we're going to put on is the pumpkin wild rice. And what I did is I used kabocha. Let me show you this kabocha squash. This is kabocha squash. It's a Japanese sort of pumpkin, I would say. And it's when you cook it, it's very creamy. So if you saw my pumpkin fried rice recipes, who are you cooking for today? Oh, chef, I have a prepared food department in a health food store. So we are doing all this food for my shop. So you can use a peeler. Look how nice that is. Look how easy that is. If you get a really sharp peeler, and this peeler is in that TikTok shop, so if you want to know what I'm using, I put all my tools in there so you can see them. Whether you buy them from me or not, doesn't matter. So here, look how easy that is to cut. I mean, so many people are nervous or like, oh my God, it takes forever to cut a squash. Nope. Look how fast that is. It's so easy. And really, it doesn't matter if you have a little of the skin on. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It gets so soft anyway, you're not going to even notice. And actually, when we're all said and done, we blend this soup, so you're not even going to see that skin. And if you notice, look how thin the peel is. It doesn't really, doesn't matter. So it's so easy. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is a nice peeler. Every year, I buy new peelers for the shop because we use them so much. So, you might have to check your peelers. If they don't peel like this, it's time to buy a new peeler. So that's it. Nice and easy. See, you can see this is where it sat on the ground when it was growing. You see that? So it's a little bit more rough around the edges, but it doesn't matter. See? Look how easy. I wanted to peel one for you because that's all you're going to be peeling. It took less than, a minute. And these peels, great for composting, right? You could compost this super easy. Now, when you have an acorn squash like this one, this is obviously going to be a little bit harder to do, but because we're roasting this and stuffing it, we don't have to take the skin off. So butternut squash peels this easily with a good peeler, and all these sort of they just all peel easy like this. I'm also going to show you delicata squash, and it does the same thing. Look. So anybody that worries about, oh my God, I don't want to peel skin, pumpkin peels the same way. These ridge squash like this, the acorn, and our black futsu squash, these squash, you're going to be able to eat this skin. So as long as you obviously clean it, you're going to be fine. It's so easy to do. So, okay, so now when you cut this, I'm just showing you so that you get the idea of what's happening. So as soon as you cut this, that's it. I mean, I'm boiling this so it doesn't have to be cut perfectly in half. You'll see. And then now you have a little bit more to handle. So easy, right? And then with a tablespoon, you can just scoop out the seed. And again, look at this. You don't have to buy the seeds. I eat the skin on the delicata. Oh yeah, you're gonna see that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do with that. We use it in our salad bar. It's awesome. So you're gonna just pull the seed out. Look at that. Now you can clean this seed, clean these beautiful seeds and dry them, and you can plant them. And look at all the squash you have. So it's nice and easy. So with the delicata squash, we're gonna put it in a pot. My crew's so cute. They thought I was gonna get to make pumpkin fried rice, but I'm not gonna do that today. So they did all this work, makes me sad, but they cut it up. See, it's so cool. And thanks, Jamie. And so we're gonna just throw all this in a pot. So if you're making this soup at home, all you need is like a quarter cup of rice and some and like 1 or 2 squash and maybe a pound of mushrooms for this recipe, and you're good to go. This is on our Thanksgiving menu, so it's pretty good. Everybody loves this. This is a very popular soup that we make every year. So I'm just scooping out the rest of these seeds. These obviously you don't want to get in your soup because they are a little funky, but that's okay. All right, so we're just gonna clean that out. Look how pretty. I love squash. And I'm gonna take off. You can't really peel that piece, so we're just gonna slice that off really easily. That's it. All right, we're gonna put that in here. Now we have this, oops, we have to do the other side. We have to do one more big, so that's the first ingredient to this soup. I just got restricted again, and I'm not sure if it's because of the knife or not. I'm gonna have to reach out. I feel terrible. They have just completely shut me down. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I don't know if it's because we've been doing so well lately. I'm a little bummed. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna hi, soup and candles. Okay, I have my big bucket of vegetable stock here. So I'm gonna fill up my pot right now. And then for seasoning for this, again, it's super simple. It's salt and a little garlic powder. I use garlic powder for this only because I don't like the way fresh garlic ends up in the soup. It's insane. I don't understand. I've been using them all the time showing cooking. So I guess that's the end of that, right? I'm not going to be able to use a knife on camera. I have to remember that. Okay, so I would lift this and pour it, but it's heavy. It's about 35 pounds, this bucket of liquid. So I'm just putting in a little bit, and then I'll pour it the rest of the way. So I'm going to fill. Now here's the thing about cooking squash, right? I want this to be sort of somewhat creamy soup. So it's like there's a balance to how much liquid you use. So I'll show you the secret at the end, but what we're gonna do is when we get time to blend it, we're gonna take some of the liquid out and add it as we go so that we don't have an issue when, we don't have an issue of it being too watery, which we do not want. We're gonna compost all of this because it's so good, and it's obviously, we know it's certified organic. So I'm gonna hold on to that for later. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more of this liquid. We're gonna pour that in, and we're just covering the squash because we're gonna cook it down, blend it, and then we're gonna add our wild rice and saute our mushrooms, and it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, hold on, let me get my thing. If you guys have questions as we go, feel free to jump in and ask, and I will answer them. Do you have to rinse wild rice? You can. I don't notice the wild rice that you need to rinse it as much as like the brown rices and stuff, but yeah, sometimes I rinse it. Sometimes I forget, like this morning I didn't. If you're a chef, then I'm a pope. Great. All right, so we're gonna get rid of you. Good morning, Mose. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's pray then. No, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so now we're gonna turn this on and we're gonna cook it. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to cook, but you'll see it's really nice. It blends nice. We're gonna take the liquid out, we'll blend it. I know, I'm feeling a little stressed today. I don't like it. Hi, Karen. Okay, and then the next soup we're gonna put on is the kohlrabi soup. Now for this soup, I'm doing more of like a Hungarian style. And for that first part, we're gonna put carrots in, blend them, and then finish the soup. Now I've never done it like this before, but I kind of wanna try it because I love kohlrabi and I haven't seen this actual application of soup before. Moser, can you, when you get a minute, not right away, but when you get a second, can you get me 2 blocks of tofu? I couldn't grab it out of the walk-in. So I'm gonna boil those carrots down, blend them, take them out, and saute the rest of the soup. So it's sort of gonna be a little bit different than when I would, like if I was gonna make a whole pot of soup. And then next, I'm going to take this out of our way, and I want to show you. This knife out of here. These are our acorn squash, and for getting ready to get them ready for stuffing, I'm going to flip them over. We're going to do a little seasoning on them, and then put them in the oven for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we'll make our stuffing once the rice comes out. All right, so for stuffing, for seasoning, we're going to use a little bit of oil. Where's my oil? Here it is. I'm going to use a little olive oil, and I'm just going to put a little bit across them. You don't really need a lot. If you don't want to use the oil, you don't have to. This is olive. And then I'm going to add some salt, just a little, and a little bit of garlic powder. Good morning, Maria. All right. We're going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Then I'm going to flip them over. And they sort of, as they roast, they steam a little bit. Now we're going to flip them. That's it. Nice and simple. And these make a great fall dinner, side dish. If you have vegetarians coming to your house and you don't want to just give them a plate. Mushy suggestion. So Karen, it's measuring. I have been cooking rice I've been a chef for 40 years, and I've been in this building for 20, and there is never a time that I don't measure rice when I cook it. So if you're gonna do wild rice, you're gonna do about 2 1/4 cups to 1 cup of rice, but the regular measurement for any other type of rice, from short grain, jasmine, basmati, any of the really good rices, you're gonna do 1 cup to 2 cups, and just measure it. Just make sure you measure it. If you measure it, it'll come out perfect every time, I promise. All right, I'm gonna go throw these in the oven. All right, so we have our rice in. The steamer. We have our squash on. Now we're gonna set up 2 more squash. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I got to put liquid in the carrots to cook those. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of vegetable stock to this, and I'm gonna boil them till I can blend them. So I'm just covering the carrots in a brazier. So you can skip this step if you want, because then you can, you know what, I'm gonna have to ask my crew to cut. I was gonna cut the kohlrabi for you, but it doesn't look like I can do that on camera, any of this. So I'm gonna sort of do it over here where you can't see what I'm up to. Let me see, can you see this? I guess I'm gonna have to pull the camera up. All right, we'll figure it out. Now I have to figure this all out. So crazy. All right, so let's see, did they pull the restrictions off? Nope, still there. So ridiculous. 23 minutes. Hi, thanks, Mose. All right. Oh my God, I can't do any of the squash for you. I'm so bummed right now, and I don't understand. I'm gonna have to figure this out. That's so crazy. Okay, well, I have these ready, so we'll make our fruit soup. Here's our fruit soup squash. I love this squash. Believe it or not, I found it last year. It's an heirloom squash from the Hudson Valley, from my suppliers that we got them from. And look at how beautiful they are. So I cut wedges, sort of like, this is how I'm gonna serve them, just like this, a nice big wedge. And we're gonna put them in this pot, which doesn't really help because there's so much here. Just put camera on you and show cut pieces after makes no sense. This is so innocent. Thanks, I know, I'm kind of super bummed. Okay, so we're gonna add sesame oil to this. A little bit of sesame oil. And then when I get them in a pan, we're gonna put a little bit of, you'll see, tamari and some maple sugar. It's so good. All right, so I'm gonna do tamari. This is my favorite tamari. I'm gonna put it in the little shop so you can see the ingredients I'm using. I don't use, for me, the reason why I use a miso tamari, I mean, you can't really tell, but let me see if I can show you in my hand. I want you to see. It's like silk. Can you see that? It's so smooth and creamy that this miso it's just so nice to work with. And it's not salty, it's flavorful. If you get what I'm saying, people that you work with like soy sauce and stuff, to me miso tamari is much better because it's flavorful. And also it's gluten-free, which is very helpful because if you're if you want to use soy sauce, you can use it and you have flavor rather than just saltiness, you know? All right, so we're gonna mix this. Then we're gonna put it in on a roasting pan and we're gonna add some maple sugar. And it caramelizes with the squash. It's so delicious. Oh my God, I love this squash. And this flies out of our deli case so fast, you know, because it's unusual. And for squash people that like those Asian flavors, it's just so nice. All right, so we're gonna kind of mix this. Make sure we get all the tamari in there and salt. See, you want them to kind of look like that, right? They have a little bit of that flavor. Moser, can I ask you to grab me some maple sugar, please? Oh, wait, I have it. Never mind. I have it. I just saw it. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to add some maple sugar to this. This is my favorite. I love maple sugar. It's so good. So good. All right. We're going to add a little powder. It's like very powdery and smooth, but this on squash with the smells so good. This with the maple and tamari, it's so good. All right, now it's kind of dark, which we love. Okay, now we're gonna get a tray, put some parchment paper on, and all right, hold on, let me get my tray. We have big pans, but if you do one squash, it's enough for 4 or 5 people because they're big. Now, if you can't find a futsu, you could do this with any squash, right? You could do it with the delicata chef Bill that we were talking about. You could do it with acorn squash, carnival squash, pretty much any squash. I just happen to love this squash just because it's an heirloom, hard to find. You don't see it very often. It only has a certain growing season. I think it's pretty short, like maybe 3 weeks, and then they're gone. So we're just gonna arrange these in the pan. And you know, this is a big one. Last year they were a little bit smaller, sort of the size of a small acorn squash.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nellie. And then, see, these are beautiful. Look at that. I love this. It looks so pretty, doesn't it? All right, so we're gonna put these in. We're gonna put these in the oven, and they're gonna go for about 35 minutes, and then we'll test them. I like that sweater. All right, here we go. So we have a lot of food in the oven and getting ready right now. So let's see. Now we're gonna make the mix for our squash. And I'm gonna have to do a lot of the cutting off camera because obviously they are not into it any longer, which is such a bummer. But okay, I will play the game. All right, so we are gonna now we have all the things that are in the oven and we don't have to worry about them. We're gonna set timers, about 25 minutes, and then we'll check. Start, okay. And then, okay, so now I'm going to show you the delicata. All I do with the delicata, and again, let me see now how we're gonna do this. Maple sugar, good to know. Good to know what to use it for. Yeah, I love maple sugar. I mean, you could add it to your oatmeal. I make a pumpkin chia seed pudding. I use maple sugar. I use it all year round. We make pumpkin bread here. I use maple sugar. It's wonderful. I don't make it. I actually get it from a farm up in Vermont. An older couple have a maple farm and they ship it to me. Every couple of months I get like 40 pounds. What is the website again for the recipes, please? I don't know if I can say it again. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's the blue box with the white letters. And you can find me there at the Organic Food Movement. That's the social media site. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, can you write it so you guys can see it? And then I'm gonna see, let's see, which way can I move this? All right, so I'm going to, hold on, let me see if I can, all right, if this is here. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so you can't see what I'm doing, right? I'm cutting the squash right now. So I took the tips off the squash. And now I'm gonna cut it right in half. Oh, so silly. All right, and now I'm gonna scoop my seeds out. These have a lot of little seeds. It's kind of cute. How are you this morning, Nellie? It's a little cold. I don't know. Is it going back up to 70 today? I don't know.
Yesterday was nice.
It was beautiful. So nice. All right. Look at all these beautiful little seeds. Again, if you have a garden, I think I'm off. Am I currently live visibility restricted? No, I'm still restricted. So silly. Okay, so now if you have a what do you call it? Oh, a garden, you can dry these seeds and plant them, and then you get your own delicata squash. You don't need to buy them in a store. Okay, so now we have these, right? I'm gonna do the same with my other one. I'm cutting the tips off, and then I'm going to cut it right down the middle. All right. Now we're going to scrape out the seed. So easy with a spoon. Done. This is a quick recipe. Now, what I do with this squash, you could serve it, as a side dish, but what we do here is I make this for our salad bar, which is great. Good morning. Thank you for joining our live. Yay. I'm glad you found us. We're having a little issue this morning. I guess I used a knife on camera, so they're mad at me. All right, so now I'm gonna cut them. And let me show you. I'll cut a few and show you what I'm up to. Like this. You see? Now the idea is that you want to cut them. I like them a little bit thicker. And you want to try and get them to be close to the same size so that they cook correctly. So I'm just cutting them off camera so we don't get in trouble. And then I'm going to put them in a bowl. We'll season them. Put our bowl right there. And then, so what I love is if you cook them just right, they come out nice and crispy, and they're great on a salad. And in our salad bar here at the shop, we offer quinoa and broccoli and cauliflower, all kinds of vegetables. And we also have delicata squash in the fall. So we do a lot of squash in our salads over the season. It's kind of nice. And what's nice, you know, we start getting our winter squash pretty quick. All right, let me get a tray and we will mix them and get them on the fire. Sorry, Melissa. There's no, all right, so the mix, simple. Now you can do anything with squash. They take on all the savory herbs. They take on like garlic and thyme, rosemary. You could even do like the you know, like cumin and coriander. You can do anything like that. So, but for today, for our deli, because we use them and we have them in dressings, again, I'm going to use my favorite oil, olive. We're going to add a little salt. And then I put a pinch of thyme in there. And I use a dried thyme. And I use very, very little, and I kind of break it up in my hand. So when it goes on, it's very, very fine. That's what we're looking for. So now we're just mixing this up, and it's going to go on our, we could also put a little garlic powder in there. It's funny, this thing, I changed the camera so you could see the reading, and it's opposite for me. So when I move this way, it's actually, it's kind of weird. Anyway, all right, so let's put our garlic powder. And let's see. I know, I'm so bummed. The book of face. Yes, that would be it. Yeah, it is kind of that way, right? A delicata squash is awesome. I love that. Oh, I bought that. What did you buy? Just show the pieces after. It makes no sense. This is innocent. Okay. So I'm just mixing that up. It's gonna go on my page, on my there you go. Now 25 minutes. That's all we need, which is great. Delicata is great, and it actually, it's so, look how easy that was. Say it on here, the book of face. I love that. All right, so here we go. It's going in here. You okay? You all right?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
No.
You seem a little angry today.
No.
Sure? All right. Now I'm cooking in a convection oven, so things cook a little bit faster. But I think that's a good idea, Jamie. I'm going to put everything on the Book of Face in terms of recipes, and then you know, maybe there when you join me, we'll go and do cooking classes there too. Thank you, Emmanuel. Is that Manny? They keep restricting me. I don't know what to do. It's driving me insane. Okay, so next, let's cut. Let's do our mushrooms. So we put these in a slicer. If you have a food processor on an S blade, look how nice these work. It's so cool. So so these are going to go in our soup. So we're going to cook them a little bit just to gain some flavor. Good morning. And let me move them. Let me move this pot over, and I'll get you. And you'll see on the stove. Again, I'm using garlic and salt. I know it sounds a little repetitive, but these are just the actual recipes they are. But if you like other flavors and you want to add them to your soup because that's what tastes good for you, then let's do it, you know? It really doesn't matter. I'm teaching you base things, and then you can make them the way you love them. So we're gonna just move our carrots over, and then I'll give you a spot so that you can see. All right, let's make mushrooms. Here we go. Pot on the stove. Heat that up. Now remember, whenever you're gonna saute something, you wanna get the pot a little bit hot So when you do that, thank you, Manny. Thank you. You're gonna get the pot a little bit hot before you pour your oil in. And then once you put your oil in, we're gonna put our mushrooms in, saute them a little bit. What kind of pots would you suggest for a home cook? Karen, can't say it, but what I'm doing is I'm listing everything in that little TikTok store so you can see the pots I'm using. I can't say them. Hey, good morning, you made it. I'm so glad you got here. Good morning, Paula. I cannot believe the amount of baking you did yesterday. It's unbelievable. Paula baked yesterday. How many cookies? Like 9? 9 different cookies, 4 different kinds of muffins. It's pretty cool. What?
Double.
You did double?
So yesterday, blueberry muffins.
You made them in the morning and we sold them out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same day.
It's crazy. Wait till you see, as she packs today, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see all the cookies and stuff that we made. We have a little bakery too in the deli. It is crazy how much. All right, so that's going to be warm. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And then that's it. Now, remember when you're cooking mushrooms, they absorb a lot of oil. So don't think that you don't have enough oil in the pan or you say, oh, it looks dry. Because once you add salt, it's going to draw out the liquid and the water from the mushroom and it'll be wet again. So don't worry about that. So we're going to add this here. And we have a lot of mushrooms. Remember, we're making 20 quarts of soup. But for you, when you make this soup yourself, and again, we're going to put that on the Book of Face, those recipes, I love that. You'll see the pumpkin squash is like 2 kabocha squash, a pound of mushrooms, a cup of rice. It's like that. So, and you'll have enough soup to cook for 4 to 6 people. And then if you're only 1 person or 2 people, you can actually freeze this soup. Always good to store it in glass jars, which we love, right? We don't want to use that much plastic in the kitchen or storage or on the reheat. So now we are at 14 minutes. I want to go check our squash really quick and see how they're doing because we're cooking in a convection oven, it cooks very quickly. All right, hold that thought right there. Beautiful. When you see this squash, and what I love about squash, because winter squash has sort of a sweet undertone, it goes very well with like wild game meats. It's a great side dish for that. You're cooking steaks, great for that. So you'll see they're very versatile and they make great side dishes for meats for sure. That way, if you have, like say you have a vegetarian coming for dinner, you have like really nice, good food. Good morning, PBR. How are you feeling today? I'm so glad you guys made it. I got in a lot of trouble with Facebook, so it's hard to find it, I guess, this morning, which is so annoying. Okay, we are making, let me put my list up of all the fun stuff we're doing. We're making roasted futsu, which is a Hudson Valley squash, a stuffed acorn, roasted delicata, a kohlrabi soup, and pumpkin wild rice and mushroom soup. And then we're doing a roasted squash with hijiki. I'm refreshed. I love that. Okay, so let's talk about hijiki for a second. Back in the day when I would get hijiki 30 years ago, it was much different than the sea vegetable is today. It was thicker, fatter, sort of like, the big worms that you see that come out of the ground after it rains. It was like that. I'm okay. I'm a little frustrated, PBR, because they restricted me, and I think it's because right out of the bat we had like 4,000 views, and I cut some squash online, and then that was the end of the party. All right, so look, this is what dried hijiki looks like today. This is a sea vegetable, high in minerals and iodine, really good. I know somebody was talking about hypothyroidism last night, and I gave you guys some tips. Well, sea vegetables work. I know, right? I mean, you missed the party. Yeah, you did. So now that's all we need for this salad for here. It's gonna be a roasted butternut squash and this with hijiki. We're gonna toss it in there. So I'm gonna add a little water to this because we have to reconstitute it before we can cook with it. So you add a little bit of water. That's it. That's all you need. And it's ready to go. So we're gonna wait like 10 or 15 minutes and then we'll be able to cook it. In the meantime, we are gonna set up our butternut squash. And wait till you see all these recipes when they're done in real time. It's the perfect fall day to make these kinds of recipes. So now I am looking at, what I like to do is buy butternut squash already cut, just because I have so much to do and I don't feel like cutting it. But you can easily buy butternut squash cut in all different ways. You could do it peeled and diced like I have it here. You can buy it in halves, or you can buy the whole squash and do it yourself. Doesn't matter, whatever works for you. Whatever's gonna get you to eat squash, that's what you wanna do, right? So I'm adding this. We're gonna do a little olive oil, right? Our salt, our mineral-based salt, which I'm gonna post today. That you have to buy. You have to get it. It's the best salt. It's so healthy for you. It's got all its minerals in it. Our friend that has low potassium, or can't eat potassium, don't buy that salt. But this salt, for everyone else, you can use it. Now I'm gonna add a little thyme to this and garlic powder. I am not a fan of fresh garlic in roasted squash. I don't know why. When I use fresh garlic, I don't know why, but I don't like to cook it. I think that's my thing. It gets weird and funky. I'd rather have it in like fresh salads. So I'm gonna take a little bit of thyme and mix it. Do we have any more baking trays left? Any baking trays? Do you know where the little ones are? Hold on, let me see if I can find one in here. Oh, got one. Did you find? I found. There's like one left. All right. So we are gonna put this. So that's it. That's all you need in this recipe. Add our parchment paper to the pan. Makes it so much easier to clean. It doesn't get as dirty, which I love. Less work. Always use parchment. So much better. All right. Here we go. All right, we're gonna put this in. I'm also gonna check. I'm gonna slide you guys over so you can watch me check. Let me see. Gotta cover the knives so nobody has a freak out. Now you can watch me. This is the oven. And then I want to test this and see where we're at for our squash. Oh, no, we're still working. Still working. Okay. That's going to be for our hijiki. All right. Let's see. Now we have to cut. We're going to stir up our mushrooms. Oh, so these are beautiful. Mushrooms cook so fast, and they're such a nice treat. I love mushrooms. Love them. They're great for, all right, I'm going to go test really fast our carrots, see how they're doing. Nope, not yet. We're still working. Our kabocha squash, still working. All right. So now, let's talk about what we've done so far. Good morning. Yeah, see? They have locked us out. Thank you for all the love. Maybe that's what's going to happen. What are my favorite mushrooms? Cremini. They're my favorite. I do make a mushroom soup with lion's mane and blue oyster cremini. We're making that today. It's a cream of mushroom soup. It's so good with chicken stock. Oh my God, it's so delicious. So they've really locked us out today. So it's just a little loving, personal, private cooking class today. We have 5 minutes more, but I just checked it and I'm gonna go to 8 because they're not actually ready. So we're setting the timer for 8 minutes and we'll try it. Do you cook with mushrooms at all? Soap and candles? I love that all my friends from last night came. You guys are awesome. I love that. Thank you so much. We'll see. So, all right, so let's see. We have our stuffed acorn squash. I have to cut that. So I'm going to move you guys over a little bit. I love mushrooms. Yeah, me too. So, mushroom soup, mushroom barley soup, all of those things. So now we're going to make the stuffing for, I just want to make sure I'm not on camera. I'm not. Okay, you can't see that. So I'm going to cut our tofu. So I'm starting with a 1 pound block of tofu. And we're going to cut this into like bite-sized squares. That's our rice now. Oh, it looks good. I'm just gonna stir up our rice. Let me move you over to our rice. Oh, good, you can see what I'm up to. I'm gonna move you over. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit because some of the top pieces of rice didn't all fully cook yet. Normally I wouldn't do this, but because we're in a steamer, I can. It's looking pretty good. I will show you some of the rice. Here you go. You see that? It's so pretty. This rice is so, it's just a really good quality rice. And again, I will put it in the, I'm gonna move you guys over here so you can't see what I'm up to. Okay, good, you can't see it. So silly. All right, so we're gonna cut this into 3 and then cut it again into 3 and then cut it one more time. Sometimes I think that's important to see, right? So I just cut it like in sticks. And now we're gonna cut it in little like dice-sized pieces. So when we mix it into the rice. Now, here's the thing. If you are not a tofu fan, don't put it in. If you like, maybe you wanna put chicken in. Maybe you wanna put, nothing. Nuts, seeds. It really doesn't matter. You can leave it out, leave it in. If you have a vegetarian or a vegan coming for dinner, you can make this squash recipe and you get whatever you need. All right, here you go. So now we have all this cut. We're all ready to go. And then we're gonna zest our lemon, or not our lemon, our orange. Here we go. I'll clean my board. Now we're gonna juice and zest our, don't like tofu, can I use something else? Yeah, you can leave it out. You could add chicken. We're gonna have dried cranberries. Maybe you wanna put some walnuts or pecans in there. It really doesn't matter. You can leave it out. It's gonna make no difference to the recipe. So that's a preference. It really doesn't matter. So now I'm gonna zest, and I'm having a feeling that if I put this zester on camera, it's gonna be another issue. So I'm not gonna put it on camera, and I'm just gonna zest. So zesting is like a microplane. Well, it is a microplane, and what it does is takes the skin off of the orange, lemon, lime, whatever you're doing. And I mix this into the rice because the rice is so, right? It's very earthy, wild rice. So you want to be able to, hi Crispy Juice Box, nice to see you. Good morning. We are making roasted squash today. And I got yelled at by TikTok, so I'm doing all the cutting and that work off camera. Good morning. So right now I'm zesting my orange, and what I love about this is when you're cooking wild rice, it needs a little sweetness to balance. So how I get that sweetness is I use orange juice, orange zest, and I dice up apples, and I use dried cranberries, and that balances. Thank you so much, Crispy. I got in trouble, so it's hard to find me. I was using a knife on camera is all we can think about. We don't know, so now I'm not doing that anymore, unfortunately. So you can't learn. So look, here's all the zest. Now I'm gonna cut the orange. So when you want to get your juices going, ooh, hold on, our mushrooms are ready. Okay, our mushrooms are ready for the soup. They're all ready, so we're gonna set those aside. And when when it's time to mix them in, we'll have them ready. So right now I'm making the stuffing for the squash, our stuffed acorn squash. And I have some tofu that I cut. And again, you don't have to use the tofu. Now, watch this. When you're juicing an orange, or lemon, or lime, whatever you're using, kind of put your weight into it, and you break it up so it gets very juicy. Paul, can you hand me a fork, please? Sorry. Thank you. So I'm going to cut the orange in half, and then I'm just going to squeeze it in here. Now, if you have a little strainer, so you don't have to go back and pick the pits out, you can do that. So I'm creating juice. Then I'm going to add my apples to this, and we're going to saute it with carrots and celery. We'll add these are nice because we don't have as many. Oh, it smells so good. I wish I had a little our smell-o-vision that eventually we're going to create. You can smell through the camera. All right, look at that. So good. If you have a juicer, you can plug it in and juice it. I'm using a fork, old school. It got the job done. Look at that. We're going to pour that in our wild rice when it comes out of the oven. And it adds like this essence when you're eating it. It's so good. Now I'm going to cut my apple. Let me see. I got to make sure I'm not on camera. Can you see it? Okay, you can't see it. And I'm going to put this here just in case. All right. So, again, today I used my Hudson Valley apples that we were using on Sunday. I leave the skin on the apple because then it adds some color. And I'm just dicing it up, making it easy. I'm putting it in the orange juice just to hold on to it while we're cooking. Now remember, I'm cooking for a lot of people, so I'm using a lot of ingredients. Oh, it looks like we're doing better now. Maybe I'm off of the restriction. I don't know. I'm sad. It's a lot of work to put these courses on for you guys, which I love to do, but all right. So yeah, you can't see what I'm up to. Perfect. I just cut all the apple. There it is. Whoop. All right, so next, as we get this ready, I'm a little off my game this morning. Sorry, guys. All right, so now I'm going to put this aside. Actually, I shouldn't have put that in there. That was kind of silly. Normally, I put it in with our tofu. Let's do that because I want to cook it a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. Just fine. It's okay. And then we're gonna do, I'll zest one more orange just to make it, just to get that zest in there. Again, I'm not showing it on camera because I don't know what it's gonna get. Just to get that zest in there. Again, I'm not showing it on camera because I don't know what it's gonna get. Nice to see you. We're in the middle. 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 Of cooking. Now, let's get a saute pan out and let's cook up. Our mushrooms are ready. Let's cook our, I'm gonna take the mushrooms from the fire and hold them till it's time for, time to mix them in our soup. And the soup's going. We're gonna move the mushrooms over. We sauteed mushrooms, I'll show you. And these mushrooms have a little garlic and salt. These are gonna go in our soup, our pumpkin wild rice and mushroom soup. Oh, I think they have me, the visibility might be cut off, I don't know. I have a good connection. Maybe come in and come out. That seems to be what everybody does. And then they are, I'm getting my granddaughter ready for school or I would be tapping. Oh, don't worry about it, Crispy. You're here. That's important. I love that. Thank you so much. Hold on. Let me just set my timer again. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to saute the ingredients. It's carrot, celery, onion. We have tofu, apples, and dried cranberries. And that's going to make the stuffing of our squash. Sometimes it helps with restrictions. What does? Tell me. I would love to hear, Jessica, what helps with restrictions? Let me see. Am I still on? Let's see. I can't tell if I'm still. Oh, current live visibility is restricted for some audiences. I have no idea. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Still not working. That's so weird. It has to be your camera because I have a good connection. It says. Maybe jump in and jump out again. I don't know. That's so weird. I see you. I see you too. It's open candid. All right, so I'm going to put another pot on the stove, another saute. And we're going to create our stuffing mix because it's almost ready to come off the fire. I steamed our rice this morning because okay, that's fine. And I'm going to post these. I'll see how they all come out. So we're gonna start this fire right here. We're gonna get the pan a little warm. We're gonna add our olive oil and then we're gonna add our ingredients so that we can saute them. And then we're gonna make our soup. The only thing is I have to cut a bunch of stuff while we're doing it and then, oh, it worked. I'm so glad. Yeah, sometimes that works when you come in and out, it will do it. Restarting the live will help. Do you guys think I should do that? There's only I think there's only 13 people that can see us right now. You think I should shut off the live and come back in? What do you guys think? Tell me, what do you think's best? Think it'll work? Yes? Oh, you guys are all saying yes? All right, I'm gonna shut the live off and then I'm gonna come back in. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Here I go, I'm shutting it off.